Hi everybody, my name is Alex Fronk. I'm your instructor. I'm recording a really brief introduction video. I grew up mostly in Toledo, Ohio, though we moved around a lot when I was a little kid. My dad was in sales, so we did that whole thing. But from third grade on, mostly Toledo, Ohio. When I was in eighth grade, my family moved to Switzerland for 1 year, also for my dad's job. So that was a really cool opportunity. I wish I was a little bit older so I could have appreciated it more, but I still do remember it was really awesome. We learned a lot about what kids from other countries thought of Americans, so it was a very humbling and good experience for me. Um, yeah, so then I graduated high school, went to the Ohio State University for undergrad, got my Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science education from there. Moved back home to Toledo, lived with my parents to save money during my master's degree. I got my master's in public health. It was the Northwest Ohio Consortium for Public Health, which is a mouthful. Basically, it was a joint program between Bowling Green State University and the University of Toledo. So it was actually really cool because I got to attend both universities. So I got to go in person to both places, learn from instructors, professors from both universities. Very cool experience. And then during my master's, along with like some volunteering and internships, my graduate assistantship to fund my master's program. I was a graduate assistant strength and conditioning coach for the University of Toledo Department of Athletics. So essentially, I was in charge of strength and conditioning for softball, women's tennis, women's golf, and cross country, which was men's and women's. But then I helped out with all of the other Olympic sports. Olympic sports meaning all sports except for football. So I got a lot of exposure in strength and conditioning to all of the Olympic sport teams. Very, very cool opportunity. I learned that I didn't want to do strength and conditioning, which was a very valuable thing to learn from that 2 years. I learned that I love teaching college students holistically about health and fitness. Um, and I didn't realize it at the time, but that's essentially what I was doing during my coaching gig was just teaching college students how to not only be fit for their sport, but to look at the bigger picture of health. So I kind of carried forward with that into my current job. Well, after I graduated from my master's, my husband Jesse and I moved back to Columbus and I started working for Ohio State University at Mansfield campus full time as a kinesiology lecturer, teaching anything from intro to health to principles of fitness to strength training and a bunch of other classes. So I really was applying what I was doing during grad school now in a formal higher education setting. So along the way, after starting teaching for Mansfield campus, I picked up supplemental work at Marion campus and Lima campus, and then eventually Columbus campus. So where I'm teaching now full time at Columbus campus. Specifically, I teach for the Sport, Fitness, and Health program. It is a very, very cool program. Basically, sport, outdoor pursuits, recreational classes that are for actual academic credit. So I highly, highly suggest checking out SFHP's website or their social media. If you are liking the class that you're enrolled in now, we have a bunch of other ones that are just like it or very, very different. We have everything from like skydiving to social dance to horseback riding to strength training, all over the place. Very cool opportunities to get academic credit and kind of get out of the traditional classroom setting. So that's where I'm teaching now for that program on Columbus campus. And I think that's pretty much it about me. In my free time, I like to read and walk and hang out with friends and family. So, um, if you would like to reach out to me, you can contact me through Carmen Messages or you can email me. If you email me, please be sure to include your course number as well as your section number. I do teach multiple sections of some courses, so I have a lot of students. So please help me out if you do email me by including that information in the subject line. Otherwise, you can find me in office hour on Tuesdays from 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll include the Zoom link for my office hours on the Carmen class page. Um, or if that time doesn't work for you, just message me and we'll arrange an alternate meeting time. You can stop in office hours just to say hey and introduce yourself. That's totally fine. I'm just working on my computer, so it's really not a bother. Or, of course, if you have questions, concerns, that would be a great place to come talk to me. I hope you all have a fantastic semester. Please be proactive if you have questions or concerns so we can address them early and ensure your success in this course. And I am so, so excited to help all of you learn and grow this semester.